Today, we're only allowed to sign free agents in a realistic rebuild with a team whose transfer strategy in real life is taking advantage of the free agency itself, the French second-tier side, Clermont Foot.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
And you lot know me, I love a free agent as much as Diddy loves baby oil. The club must have seen all the free agent rebuilds on YouTube and said, I bet, I'm in. It's freebies only season today as we aren't allowed to spend any money on transfers. Our entire budget will be going to the wage department. But the hardest thing will be convincing these unemployed ballers to drop down to the second division. I hate to say it, but Ligue 2 doesn't boast much pulling power. But yours truly, Sir BCHD does, baby. That's right, I've got my very own face scan in-game. You guys can go ahead and use it yourselves. Honestly, it's a dream come true for me. It's actually insane that this team got promoted to Ligue 1 a couple of seasons back with this strategy. So evidently it works. They just need to make the right choices and employ a tactical genius that can steer the ship and guide them to the promised land, and that's where I come in. Here we have our first signing of the free agents rebuild era, and it's not usual that you come across a free agent with a game face scan. The kit doesn't look too bad either, not too many French sponsors going on, got that nice little detail. Nevertheless, he is the Romanian left winger Florinel Coman as we pick him up and give him a job, and I can't believe it's not a Mexican or Qatari to start things off. And if you want access to this save specifically for your own personal use, make sure to become a member down below and you can get access to all the save files from the videos or my own personal save files. So yeah, become a BCHD member. It's not often that an experienced Premier League veteran with quality experience is available on a free, but that's what we have right here with the former Wolves defender. The Moroccan Roman Says will join us here and will slot straight into the back line and just be a solid key figure in the short term. Look, when you're dealing in the free agents business, you can't go long without ignoring the Qataris. They've had a good solid 3-year run, and that continues here in FC 25 as pretty much their entire national team is on the free agents list, ready to be swooped up by clubs like Clermont Foot. And today we have the big man Afif, their Asian Cup hero Akram will join us as the poster boy of the Qatari national team. So let's see if he's just as good as he was in FC 24. And same goes with the Mexicans. The Qataris and the Mexicans, they go hand in hand. You've just got to admire their game in the free agents realm, and they're back again in FC 25 as the Mexican league is still removed. We still do have the Mexican national team, so that's why this is all going down. As the boy walks in, Marcelo Flores, he's got the cornrows. Has he got the ability on the pitch though? It's not often you sign a wonder kid in season 1 from the free agency, but at 20 years old, he's looking like an absolute starlet. Alongside his supporting cast of fellow countrymen, that includes one of the best free agents to sign in FC 25 this year. It's going to be the crafty little midfielder Eric Sanchez. He'll be swapping the unemployed life for Ligue 2 as he comes through for absolutely nothing. And don't you worry, there's a complete supporting cast of these lot. I know we aren't going to beat the Mexico FC allegations, but I just want to complete an entire starting 11 for season 1 that are all directly from the free agents. And at some point, you've just got to respect the hustle. Sir BCHD is out here on a mission, and we can't stop, won't stop. Jesus Orozco Chiquete might be one of my favorite free agents to sign this year. The Mexicans have arrived, people. Look at this absolute laundry list. They've all come through together in one batch, and they're probably going to fill out the majority of the starting 11 for season 1. But rules are rules, people. You've got to start somewhere. Jamal Lewis in the big 2024. Remember when this guy was balling out for Norwich in that like COVID era, Premier League 2020? Our times have changed as the Northern Irish left back will be joining us on a free just to make up the numbers. To my surprise, a cheeky little Hungarian duo joined the chat as they could become big ballers for us. You never know. Christopher Horvath, the cam, joins alongside Mihaili Kata, and it looks like we've got a little penalty specialist on our hands. Talking about a midfield presence, we've just upped the ante here. I've just discovered this Swedish Viking. He's got no business being an unemployed baller, and that is Gustafsson. He instantly becomes one of the best midfielders in the division, as CDM Samuel will slot straight into our starting 11. Now, one of you lot, a loyal BCHD viewer, let me know in the comments below about this this one and suggested Clermont Foot as the perfect free agents to rebuild. So I gotta give you lads some credit. You keep on keeping on with these ideas. So let me know any more other rebuild challenges or ideas I should take on in the future, as it's all good having Mexicans galore in the squad, but we've got to show some love to the American free agents out there. They're going through a tough time right now, so Alejandro Zendejas is going to barge through the doors here. I don't know, he's just giving me that super sub energy right now. I want to go with a little bit of a different approach this year. In every save I have started, there have been random like youth academy talents or like randomly generated players that are just waiting for you in the free agency, and it's different for everyone. So this save is going to be different to what you guys start at home, but I found this kid, a Scottish centre back. He's rocking the long sleeves. He looks a little bit funny. His eyebrows a little bit off kilter, but Angus Sutherland will join us here as a youth prospect, preparing us for that long-term free agent future. I want to get in on him early considering he's only 16. Not like that, but you get what I mean. And joining Sutherland in our little youth project we have going on, it's the Ghanaian teenage talent Ruben Mensah. It could be a brilliant option for us in the future, just in case our own striker plans fail. Time is on their side, so this could be a shrewd investment for the long term. And this steep increase in our wage bill, we can't just afford that with the base budget we got here at Clermont. We're gonna have to sell off a few assets in the process, so I'll be doing all those dealings behind the scenes as Johan Gustinson for 810k, but most importantly, that's some money off the wage bill. I know, I said I was done signing free agent Mexicans, but I had one last look, one last little dip into the cookie jar, and I couldn't resist, alright? I'm only human. But there's one thing about this guy that sold me as he does his medical. Brian Garcia. Not only can he be a backup right back for us, but he also can slot in center mid and do a job in the middle of the park. So I'm more than happy to bring him on board. And it ain't easy out here in the free agents market. Look who we're competing with. Clubs who don't even need to buy free agents. They've got all the money in the world. PSG pick up Luis Chavez. And Liverpool have fallen for the Memphis Depay trap. Arne Slot couldn't resist. Talk about a snake. And a real snake right here is Adrian Rabiot. I thought it would have been a fail-safe move to go in for him, especially because he'd be returning back to the homelands. He could have been the franchise player for Free Agents FC, but it wasn't to be. And not that I would have signed him, but Joselu went to RB Leipzig. Those are the kind of caliber players that are on the free agency this year. I'm not getting tempted. I swear by it, but just in case we have an emergency, we've got backup plans, people. And in these type of rebuilds, it's always key to have backup plan after backup plan. I'm actually surprised that Clermont Foot had so many young, up-and-coming, hidden gem type talents that we could just loan out, and hopefully they could become future superstars one day. And we did manage to generate some funds here and there to lower down our wage bill. I hate to be that guy, but we've gone with the classic FC25 meta gegenpressing tactic, a 4-3-3 attack. And we've instantly just put a target on our backs here. Shot up to promotion favorites as we've converted Coman into a striker, and we've shifted a fifth out on the right wing. This is how Free Agents FC is lining up for Season 1. Goddamn, Season 1 was an absolute success. 91 points in the second tier to win the league title, promotion to Ligue 1, McDonald's now, I was about to say Uber Eats, but Clermont Foot 63 are so back, opposed to Clermont Foot 64, as our Coupe de France run saw us eliminated in the round of 32 to Strasbourg 3-2, and our boy nearly showing up, Akram Afif, running in second for the Golden Boot race with 21 goals. However, our other free agent promotion protagonists include Florinel Coman, who's about to enter his prime, 18 goals and 4 for the Romanian. What about 27 goal contributions by Eric Sanchez, the Mexican master in midfield, the only player to hit double figures in both departments, the box-to-box midfielder, as Horvath pulling the strings at number 10, 11 goals and 4 for the underrated Hungarian, and it's Marcelo Flores. The Cornrows are cooking it up, 5 goals and 6, and that's a decent start for the 21-year-old. However, this is an aging squad, so we're gonna have to rely on a bit of RNG. We need some big ballers to spawn in the free agency for us, because this gimmick isn't gonna keep this club alive for long. We need a bank on Season 2 to deliver us the goods so that we can implement another solid foundation here. I'm here for it. We're back in the big time, and the number one priority has just got to be survival. With the free agent talent available to us in Season 2, it's going to be an absolute grind, as our first pickup is going to be a backup goalkeeper, second string shot stopper that could potentially rise above our current number one, and that is Milo Collier, a youth academy talent that has spawned. Could be a regen. I can't really tell, but there's really nothing to lose. I swear, sometimes you just gotta shoot. You just gotta shoot the shot because a lot of the times with the free agent stuff, there's a lot of competition going on and you're bound to get rejected. It's a big struggle we've had to face here in this campaign, and I'm already feeling the effects of it as we've opted for yet another youth academy talent that spawned on us. Alex Moraes, the Brazilian center back. I'm trying to focus in on the youth, but I don't want this to be an entire youth academy 11. I still want that core of the team to be real world players. That's why we're opting in for some midfield reinforcers as we build the squad out from the back, strengthening each department with enough depth for us to compete. We're calling upon the Nigerian powerhouse, and that is Tom Dele Bashiru. We've got to add some homegrown talent in there in the mix as well, so Yassin Belkirim I thought was a decent option. However, this guy might be fighting for a spot in the first team. Forget about Cold Palmer. We have a man really made of ice. It's Paravier Johan Helgeson. Lecce didn't renew his contract, so we decided to bring him out and take advantage of the Viking, who looks like a decent all-rounder. And we can't ignore that we still want to keep a nice French homegrown feel to the squad. And we're lucky the free agents department has pulled through. We've saved this French castaway from a life of unemployment, who probably got dumped out of a huge youth academy. He's got some interesting eyebrows going on. Auguste Marquez, I'm only interested in his footballing ability. Let's just say Auguste hasn't been gifted in the looks department, but the center attacking midfielder could play a big role in the future of Free Agents FC. However, our starter, Florinel Coman, he isn't getting any younger anytime soon. I'm exploring all options as we need an up-and-comer, a goal-getter, a poacher in off the bench, Salcedo Jr. or Eddie Salcedo, a product of the Inter Youth Academy, who's just been in that loan spell trap in real life recently in the past 4 or 5 years, and Sir BCHD is going to give him one last career revival. Now, even though we are pretty chock-a-block full when it comes to the winger area, the Clermont Foot vision will continue with a little double swoop free agent move. We have the German Jason Checker, who can play not only as a right winger, but in multiple positions, and one of the only Argentines who wanted to move to the club and didn't reject us, Sebastian Ramirez, who just looks serious. He's just got that baller look on his face. We can definitely try and work our magic and do some position conversion here in order to fit them into this big free agent puzzle piece. Just take a look at some of these free agent rejections. I'm still loathing at the fact we've lost out on these, especially these two academy ballers, man. That's very unlike Sir BCHD to lose out on these top talents. But hey, rejection comes in all shapes and all forms, and in order to fund this entire free agent operation, we've had to sell on a couple of assets just to beef up our wage bill. We need to do some financial management, some cutting, as Maximiliano Calfidez joins Sassuolo for 1.7 mil. And the sales continue, etc, etc. I'm not going to show you all of them, but just so you get an idea. However, I think this is our one-season wonder, Mihaly Gata, who's just fallen behind in the pecking order. We're giving him a one-season wonder seal of approval. I did sign up a cheeky little last-minute investment, Junior Lewis, the Jamaican striker, who is showing great potential, and he intrigued me. I just thought, why not? I'm a fan. Nothing much in our starting 11 has changed as we head up to Ligue 1. Arteaga at left back is feeling a little bit complacent. He's got a cheeky emoji next to him. Otherwise, all of our main free agent signings were just to build out the bench, to increase the depth and make sure that we're set up for the future. And that's evident because we built a second team sheet just for the backup boys. We might have claimed this as a spending no money rebuild, but I didn't say anything about hiring new coaches and making sure that each department is getting taken care of and nurtured. Maybe we have hit peak Farmers League, because how have we gone and done that then? For a newly promoted side, heck, a team only allowed to purchase free agents, Clermont Foot Gang has climbed their way up to 4th spot. Is that Champions League though? Now I'm starting to... No, it's UEL. I like how it says that on the ladders now. I'll never get confused in a video again. 62 points as PSG won the league comfortably. They've set the benchmark as invincibles. They're going to be an absolute giant to take down, but what a stint in the first flight. Over in the COP competition though, we did make a little bit of a cheeky run, bettering our result last time out, but lost out to relegated Angers 1-0 in the quarterfinals. And would you look at that, the Parisian dominance converted to the European scene as they won out in the final 4-0 against Barcelona, demolished them. The free agent boys have got to punch up if they want any chance. This time it's Akram Afif, the Qatari, with 16 goals and 6 on the right hand flank. His partner in crime on the left, Marcelo Flores, Flores is growing, developing, performing nicely with 18 goal contributions. I don't know how many prime seasons he has left in the tank, but Florinel Coman has slotted in 15 in Ligue 1. Meanwhile, off the bench, Eddie Salcedo, he found the back of the net 8 times with Eric Sanchez, our box-to-box Mexican with 10 goal contributions, and even Jason Shecker with some decent production. Both defenders, Jorge Sanchez and Reyes, have hit the 80s, which is nice to see. Horvath kind of had a dip. Our center attack in mid-spot has a lot of competition with 10 goal contributions. Just take a look at our loan operation right now. We have got a whole second team out on loan spells, so plans are kind of up in the air right now with what we're going to do with them, but they're still here on the roster. Nevertheless, we're going to need some free agent super fines in Season 3 if we want to take this team to the next level. What are they smoking over there in Turin? Kenan Yildiz, the Turkish sensation. Contract expired at Juve and they didn't plan on renewing it. I swear down Atalanta, if they beat me to the punch here, this would be a historic fumble. Fingers crossed. I mean, please, I'm begging you. Ain't no way. There ain't no way. He's rejected staying in Italy. He wants out of Serie A, and his new destination will be Clermont-Foot with Europa League football. Ligue 1 McDonald's, come on through. This has been one of our most high-profile free agent finds so far. Honestly, I am frothing at the proposition of this kid at full potential. I'm thinking of maybe converting him into a cam. I don't know, leaving him out on the wings could be a death trap, but him being creative in the channels, in the center, that would genuinely be a game changer. And he looks like he's up to the challenge. He's going to take it like a duck to water. And to be fair, I don't know how we're going to top that in terms of our recruitment, but trust me, we got some big scoops on the way. Just like this lad who spawned into our save could potentially be a high-profile regen of maybe Kyle Walker. But when I saw the opportunity, I just had to take it by the scruff of the neck. Arthur Goddard, the English right back. He's only 18 years of age, and on a free, he comes through as an 80 overall from the jump. Now, I might have discovered the most strangely versatile center back you're ever going to see. Like, he's built like an absolute brick. It's Noel Martin, the Swissman. The funny thing is, he's a center half at first glance, but then once you take a look at it, he can also play as a left mid and a left back. Now, this guy's a deep cut. He's probably not going to play much of a role whatsoever, but he's in desperate need of a career revival. Used to be a wonder kid back in the day at PSG in like the FIFA 19, FIFA 20 days, and now he's been released from his current club. Colin Dagba got a face scan in the game, and I thought, why not? We've got the money. This is a luxury signing. Someone who isn't really much of a luxury signing, though. He's another body in midfield and could potentially be a future leader of the main department. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall right now and seeing what sticks. The German center mid on an absolute bargain, Fino Lebecker. I mean, he's not going to set the world alight, but I'm willing to give him the opportunity to prove me wrong. Now, it wouldn't be a transfer window if I didn't try and keep the homegrown element of this club alive. I've still got to keep the main DNA of Clermont-Foot instilled, because I don't want to just walk in and completely turn over the club. I mean, we have done it with the free agents, but you know what I'm trying to get to. We have scouted a solid French talent here. I mean, he's got a lot of feminine features about him, but he's masculine enough for me. It's Hervé Dubois, and the free agents gang in the youth department just get stronger and stronger. He could develop into a solid defensive unit. Here's how your starting 11 and the team is shaping up. We've converted Yildiz into a cam, playing right behind Coman. Both him and Horvath will be fighting out for the number 10 spot this season. As a Clermont-Foot original, an OG, Keita, he's earned a spot in the starting team. We're also converting Goddard, the English right back, into a left back. The free agency has provided us with a lot of depth and coverage to compete in multiple competitions to make this club's debut in Europe. So just as we're gearing up for some Europa League action, somehow we frauded our way into the Champions League, despite finishing 4th and the table literally saying we had Europa League qualification. Your guess is as good as mine, and by some strange loophole, we've managed to finesse our way in, so there's that. I am scared now. These free agents might be out of their depth. No questions asked, this free agents revolution is taking over, not just in France, but Europe as a whole, as it's got us direct qualification this time. Top 3, Clermont-Foot up there competing with the big boys, 69 points, right behind PSG and Monaco, who look like they do have flaws. At least they've lost games this season. Who would have thought this club, without spending a cent in the modern game, would be this successful? As over in the Coupe de France, they just proved to be allergic to any kind of cop run, knocked out 3-1 to Lens in the round of 32. However, new format, new competition. It was the Champions League where they ended up finishing 18th, 10 points out of 8 games. games, and I'm not too familiar with the format. So did that get them into the playoffs? Oh my god, this new menu, I can't control it. And they got matched up against Inter 5-4 in aggregate. I said they were out of their depth at the start of the season, put into a baptism of fire as the eventual champion. It was indeed by Leverkusen in a 5-goal thriller. That is where we're aiming to be. This team still without a proper piece of silverware as we're slowly building out our dream squad. Unfortunately, we have some bad news though, as Carlos Acevedo has submitted a transfer request. The Mexicans turned against us and wants to fend on his own, but in terms of goal scorers, Florinel Coman again is showing up. He's about to hit 30, but as soon as I keep doubting him, he keeps coming through and producing. 20 goals, 5 assists. We had 17 goal contributions from Marcelo Flores. Afif didn't really have that production we all know him for, the Qatari. Again, another player who's hit 30. We might have to replace in the coming seasons. 11 goals, 5 assists for him. Jason Shecker off the bench again, being an impactful super sub that we can rely on. Kenan Yildiz in his debut campaign in France, 7 goals and 11 in all comps. Eddie Salcedo with some respectable numbers off the bench, just like Habib Keita. I stripped the captain's armband off the goalkeeper as soon as he put in that transfer request. This 5'6" whiz copped him on a free in season 1 and never looked back, just like Horvath, who's fallen down the pecking order in comparison to Yildiz, but he's still showing up and proving his worth. Arthur Goddard on debut with 2 goals and 4 from left back. We're going to say goodbye to some Clermont Foot originals here. We're letting their contracts run down. They're not a part of the future first team project anymore. Cruising our way into season 4 with Champions League football on the horizon again. A couple of question marks over the squad, but let's hope we can answer those questions with some big free agent arrivals. Now we're starting off slow in this window with a bit of a deep cut. I swear I haven't heard this guy's name in ages. The former West Ham and Toulouse defender who's going to provide us some decent quality backup cover. It is Issa Diop, who'll be arriving on a free to beef up our defensive unit. Oh my days, we have competition for literally every single one of our free agent signings this window. Let's hope they choose to join the light side, not the dark side. As we sell out day 1, our number 1 keeper, we're on the hunt for a brand new shot stopper. So let's say goodbye to Carlos Acevedo, joining Girona for 18 mil. Oh, I love you already, Ousmane Diomande. He's rejected the champions PSG to join Sir BCHD and Clermont Foot. He believes in the free agent project. He wants to be a part of this revolution. And the Ivorian might just be a fan favorite already with that kind of action. A quality introduction to the backline that should take us far. We've hit a pot of gold here, lads. It's either extreme stroke of luck or just utter CPU incompetence. Because Aston Villa's best player, at least in real life it seems, the Colombian hotshot John Duran, we've managed to swindle on a free as his contract at Aston Villa wasn't renewed. We were one of the first clubs to hop onto the opportunity. And it's going to be him battling with our boy Coman to see which 82 rated striker is going to become the new king. It's not all sunshine and roses though, as one of our main targets, Lucas Chevalier, he was let go by Lyon, and that would have been the perfect plug and play as Frankfurt beat us to the punch. And just to make ourselves feel better, I've decided to go in for Michael Couchance, another washed up wonder kid from back in the day in the FIFA 19, FIFA 20 days. He hasn't been relevant for a while, just like me, so we've got a thing or two in common. Another player on our roster to help hype up the team. And just for funsies, just for experimentational purposes, I've had this guy on the shortlist for quite some time. Another Salcedo joining the club, but again, we're just missing a bit of backup on the wing, so I thought there's no harm in giving this guy a shot. The possibility of free agent business we can pull off season after season is slowly dwindling. However, I'm trying to focus more on quality over quantity. 2 game-changing upgrades in both defense and attack to add to the first team, and the rest writes itself as our bench, subs and reserves are all fully packed out. And to be honest, these players who chose us over other opposition to play out, I think they're going to make a difference in the Champions League, and no doubt they'll have a positive impact in the dressing room. Hold the front page, hold the back page. It looks like we have conquered all of France. We've saved all our pennies on transfers and spent it on a big old bus. And Sir BCHD and the gang are celebrating because we've dethroned PSG and become French champions. Ligue 1 McDonald's winners. You're looking at them right here. There's only 1 trophy on that bus. We want a couple more. And this is how we did it on the final day. You are kidding me. Only losing 4 games all season, 76 points, and beating out the Parisians to the title by 1 point. That has got to be oh so sweet. I've just got that ego about us now, considering we've little broed them, but they did still went on to win the Coupe de France 2-1 to Lens in the final. And again, it's another cup run winless season with a 2-0 loss to Reims in the round of 32. Now that I know we're the best team in the land, my Champions League expectations are a bit higher, but we finished in 18th spot again. With 11 points this time towards the top, PSG finished in 11th. Over in the playoffs, we actually took down Barcelona 5-3 on aggregate. Got over that playoff round hurdle in the round of 16. Absolutely wiped the floor with Inter. Got our revenge there, 6-3 on aggregate. Hold the phone, wait a minute, 4-2 win against City on aggregate. Free agents getting the dub over oil money, and then, okay, the oil money came back to haunt us as PSG got the last laugh. 5-4 aggregate, heartbreaking win as we fumbled the second leg at home. It leaves a bittersweet feeling in the mouth as they went on to win it 3-1 against Real Madrid in the final. Just when you think there's a new French powerhouse in town, PSG have come through and shut us up. Instead of going on hate watch, let's take a look at our best performance to see how we got here. How did this team become French champions? And it's thanks to 50 goals between Afif and John Duran. The Colombian in his debut campaign, 23 goals and 2 assists, absolutely electric up front. But it's this man who just keeps proving us wrong time after time. Marcelo Flores is knocking on the door of that world-class status with 17 goals and 9. He's now boosted up to an 87 rating. Habib Keita has had a breakout year with 7 goals and 7 from centre mid. The Mali international being an unsung hero, just like Jason Shecker off the bench with 7 goals. Coman took a little bit of a backseat, only with 7 goals and 1, but, you know, a little bit of healthy competition in the team does wonders. And Kenan Yildiz really came into his own as the Turkish playmaker with 6 goals and 16 assists, showing off his creative abilities as the Aussie Moussa Toure. He's been on like 3-4 loan spells, and he's proven to be a reliable little super sub. I love how everyone's kind of chipping in with a little bit here and there, like Horvath still proving his worth. And our new number 1, not by choice, but he rose to the occasion. Milo Collier's 12 clean sheets and even 1 assist. He made sure to announce himself on the world stage, and from free agent to valued at £102.5 million. The Cornrow King Flores, his value is gone from strength to strength. But what's it going to take for this team, this starting 11, this free agent system to go all the way? How are we going to crack the code of modern football in FC 25? Well, let's see what Season 5 has in store. Now, considering all our top target free agents, the competition is so saturated to try and win these players' signatures. We're that deep into career mode where there's so much quality there in the free agency, ready to grab a hold of, and that's exactly what we've done right here with this man, Eduardo Quaresma. The top Portuguese centre-back joins on a free as we're building this backline to win championships. Just like I don't understand how this guy was at Atletico Madrid for all these years. It is the Spanish midfield star Pablo Barrios. I've been wanting to sign this guy in a rebuild for so long now, and we get the opportunity to do it. As we save him from unemployment, there was no shortage of clubs that wanted his signature, but the Clermont Foot project attracted him the most. He's getting a hero's welcome here, home of the French champions. He looks good in that red and blue, and he'll definitely be a starting midfielder for us and be in that key 3. Now, I don't want to make it all about them, but PSG, they've got a certain Georgian in their side that are helping them win title after title. And I thought it was the perfect chance to hop on the opportunity to get a Georgian of our own. If you can't beat them, join them. We've got this deal over the line, and I'm gonna get blamed for this pronunciation in the comments. Georges Mikaudadze. I think I got that right. Am I there yet? I don't know. But just for signing's sake, I thought we have to have him in the squad. Now, we've 1,000% saved the best till last, so let's divulge. This is my final piece of business, and oh boy, we are leaving off with a bang. I know the famous saying is never trust a Pep Guardiola reject, but he was at City for what, 5-6 seasons? He would have had a good stint at the Etihad, and now it's time for a new journey and a new destination for the Belgian Jeremy Doku. He's got to take the cake as the best free agent signing just based on overall, and he's now on the books. We've given it the green tick of approval from free agent to Clermont Foot future legend. Now, there ain't no way he's stealing the spotlight from Flores, but a fifth's been our star boy ever since he arrived, but at 31, we need a future-proof plan. I'm gonna bite the bullet and convert him into a right winger just so he can be the heir to the throne. And we've saved our best for half a decade in, but goddamn, I think that's one of the best free agent windows I've ever seen. 4 pieces of shrewd business that should take this club to heights it's never seen before. Hear me out, we've had a pretty off year. We haven't been on our A game, and we've given up the title to PSG. Yes, they've reclaimed the throne, and they did so in style with 86 6 points. Mind the gap there as we finish clear runners-up. And Champions League, yeah, forget it. It's Real Madrid versus Liverpool in the final as we had our highest ever finish in this league table format as we came through top 8, automatically qualifying us for the round of 16. Showcased our dominance against Sevilla, 6-2 on aggregate. We got completely humbled by Bayer Leverkusen, 4-1 on aggregate. Didn't even show up to the second leg, and that put Free Agents FC back in their place. However, we do have one last saving grace, and that is the Coupe de France final for our first piece of domestic cup silverware. Can we get the better over PSG as we've been beefing them this entire rebuild, this entire video? We launched the season off in the perfect way, it just didn't really go the way we wanted it to. A 4-1 win in the Trophée des Champions. This is where we have to lock in on the big stage and show that we ain't no one-season wonder. It's been our first cup run of our entire managerial charge, and over an extra time, it was a 5-goal thriller French final. As our right back got a red card, a thief kept us alive in the 81st minute, and a John Duran double saw us win out in a thriller. And by the finest of margins again, that is just super sweet. And you can bet your bottom dollar that the Cornrow King is loving life right now, and so are we. We finished this mid-campaign on a high, but there's also another issue here. Everyone in the starting 11 is complacent. The egos are starting to come through now. I've got to fix this before they get too comfortable. We'll sort that out in the off-season, but our top goal scorer in season number 5 was John Duran, and that little brace in the final broke him away from Flores with 23 goals and 4 for the big boy Colombian. Our Mexican pocket rocket Flores with 20 and 6, and Akram Afif. He's been downgraded, so this could be the beginning of the end. 14 goals and 5. Kenan Yildiz again, the Turkish playmaker. Our new number 10 with 25 goal contributions in all competitions. Pablo Barrios also put in a decent shift. 8 goals and 7, and I have a feeling that Jeremy Doku will be our starting winger come season 6. 6 goals and 2 for the Belgian in and off the bench. As we decide to part ways with Jamal Lewis and Baila Diallo as we're running their contracts down, I've decided to strip Sanchez of the armband and give it to Diomande after he did what he did and we were able to pick him up on a free. That's just future captain type behavior, so I've decided to reward him. So let's hope we can continue this momentum and achieve some big things in season 6. We're gonna keep it short and sweet for this free agent haul. Nothing flashy, nothing experimental, just pure quality. Like 2 ex-Brighton boys that they actually bought this summer in 2024, and now all these years down the line and their contracts weren't renewed. So we decided to poach them as they could provide some decent upgrades to our already stacked starting 11. And we're kicking it off with Matt O'Reilly, the Danish midfielder who can pretty much just do it all, and he's in his prime. Well, both of these guys are kind of in their prime, both at an 86 overall, both at the peak of their powers. One of the most exciting players at Euro 2024, Ferdi Karioglu. Our right back spot has been calling out for an upgrade for a while now, so we'll be converting the versatile Turk. And as much as he's been our day one, Sanchez, former captain, errors must come to an end. We're plugging in the Dane to be our pivot box-to-box master in that midfield trio. We've just reached that point in the save where it's hard to find any kind of free talent that'll upgrade this team and be of valuable use. So that's why I think our season 6 business is as good as done. It's another nail-biting end to what has been an absolutely spectacular season from the free agents, punching above their weight, winning the league by 2 points, 85 in total, only 3 losses all season, and that is how we do. Best attack, best defense in the league. Clermont are kings, and BCHD ball is in full effect as we take a look at the Trophée des Champions, where we just edge out. Oh no, we lost to PSG actually 2-1 to launch the season. We don't care about that French Community Shield anyway. We've already got one. Just like we've doubled our tally when it comes to the Coupe de France. Yet another 3-2 5-goal thriller. We love these high goal scoring affairs, this time against Monaco in the big dance. So that's a domestic double. In the Champions League, we were just standing on business. It was a French battle for the top, us and PSG, but we went 8 for 8, skipping that playoff round that no one wants to be in. And over in the round of 16, we take down Man City 5-2 on Ag. In the quarterfinals, we saw past Frankfurt 7-5. It's all out attrition football on the pitch, as in the semi-finals, we didn't stutter and made light work of PSV as we faced the winner of Real Madrid versus Juventus, and it's the old lady to meet us in the final. It's not only just a moment for the Holy Grail, but a chance, a shot for the treble. A big moment for French football here tonight, as these free agents we've we've gathered over the course of 6 campaigns. They've cooked up something special, and where would we be without this system? Without this front three, John Duran with 32 goals, the Golden Boot winner. He just focused on putting them in the back of the net, no assists. He's a bagsman, if I've ever seen one. And Marcelo Flores, who's been a day one OG, 22 goals and 17 assists. The Mexican has had his most productive season ever. And now it's time to showcase our prowess off in the final. Jeremy Doku took the reins of a fief like a duck to water. Jorge's off the bench with 15 goals and 1 and a fifth, even though he's the veteran of the squad, showing us that Unk still got it. 14 goals from the Qatari, as Kenan Yildiz, despite his 90 overall, only dropped 18 goal contributions, as Matt O'Reilly's debut saw 5 and 8. Barrios just being a consistent box-to-box weapon. You can still see remnants of Season 1 free agents in here. They've helped us every single step of the way, and the rest was RNG. The rest was just luck, as Kadioglu's debut at right back with 1 goal and 3 assists. I hope they go out and get the job done tonight, but it was a big roster we were working with. We managed to fine-tune it down to a perfect formula. I mean, you might as well go ahead, use the code, copy the tactic. Don't take my word for it. Make sure you put this 4-3-3 counter-aggressive BCHD ball to the test in your next career mode save. It's our first rebuild on the channel for FC25, and I didn't take the easy route here, boys, but that's what makes it that much more satisfying. I'm in love with the process, in love with the grinds of building this free agents unit, and they've got their eyes set on the prize, don't you worry. Oh, the Marcelo Flores tifo. The Clermont Foot Ultras know what's up. Here at the Olympiastadion in Berlin. Let's see what the Italian champions have got. I mean, they gave us Kenan Yildiz earlier on in the save. If they didn't let him go of his contract, who knows where we'd be. Oh my god, look at our team. It's pretty much entirely all on yellow cards. These boys out here showing no mercy. And Juve's starting 11. Oh, how are they lining up? What are we up against? I love that they've brought the pre-match lineups back. Theo, Brito, Martinez in the back line. Rodri the captain with Tushimeni, Valverde, Rashford and Vlahovic up front. A washed Rashford? What are they thinking? Okay, let's drop in. Let's lock in. Here we go. Goddard already on the first attack, and we're looking potent. No stage fright, no jitters from the boys. It's their first final, as Kenan Yildiz wants to let fly. It'll end out to Barrios, and what the hell? One of our boys just got chopped. Steals possession off Marcus Rashford, and Yildiz sees the opening. It's Flores in the clear. Big save from Molina. Trying to assert dominance, and John Duran in the clear wants to pop one. Well blocked, and the old lady doing a good defensive job on us. The ball in a bit too early, but we'll make do, as it's Doku with the chance to let fly. And it's all Clermont Foot in this opening half. Yildiz wants to try and conduct something. Barrios might have a pop here, and Molina, not for the first time, cross back inside. Barrios offloads to Duran. Oh, now Juve on the counter-attack all of a sudden. They're making their way forward. Marcus Rashford, we tackle him, and he still gets the ball. The Englishman cuts back inside, and Vlahovic. And that attack will draw the end of the first 45. Yildiz back inside to the corner king. Wants a little 1-2. Yildiz provides it again. Duran might slip him through, as the Mexican wants to start the second half with a bang. And he's been teasing all night, but Flores has his moment on the big stage in front of the Juventus defenders. And Sir BCHD can't contain himself on the sidelines. He's loving what he's seeing. The halftime team talk worked. A lovely moment there to showcase what this free agent Clermont Foot is all about. They hit panic stations, and they want this quick fire equalizer. Why has Collier touched that? Forced it out for a corner, and Rashford's coming off. That's how much the manager's hating him. They're bringing on Martinelli. Martinelli, we're under the pump. Can we hold on? Tushimeni, what a save from Collier. These saves are giving Motta all kinds of problems. Oh no. Oh dear, it's Valverde with the power shot, and he tried to be the hero. Duran wants to get on the score sheet here with that lethal left foot, and he might have done it with the right, but it's cannoned off the post, and the woodwork is still reverberating. Oh, O'Reilly, big challenge. Referee waves on. No utter woke nonsense here tonight in the final, as Doku wants to find Duran at the back stick, and again he's hit the post off the crossbar. What does the Colombian need to do to get on the score sheet? Win back there, and Yildiz can see Duran in a bunch of space. He's going to win that foot race, and at the near post, he's known for his dangerous left foot, but it's his right foot tonight that is going to write his name and this whole team in history. The Showtime boys from Clermont have rocked up to this final and have shown no mercy to the old lady. Third time's lucky for our sharpshooting Colombian. This unit, they've played with each other for a while, and Doku, he's just playing around with the Juventus defenders now, pushing them over for fun. And we're bringing on the old quadruple sub. I don't know how much time they're going to have, but just some... Oh. Okay, just some free agent day one so they can get involved. However, the referee calls it there in what was a dominating display. The boys left it all out there on the pitch, got it settled, got it done in the second half, and there was no need for extra time. It could have been 4, it could have been 5, but we have crafted a ruthless system with free agents only without spending $1. And now we can see them lift the ultimate prize. That's the first rebuild, the first Champions League title we've won so far on the channel this year, and hopefully many more to come in FC 25. If you made it all this way, let me know down in the comments below. What are the rebuild challenges should we take on in future? What other suggestions do you want to see as Diomande lifts up the trophy high and proud from Division 2 scrubs to champions of the world? That is how we do it. If you enjoyed today's video and want to see more like it, make sure to drop the video a like down below, hit subscribe, turn on the noties so you never miss out on any other content arriving to the channel, because we've got plenty more. You know where to find me. Appreciate you all for watching today and all your support on the channel. As always, I've been your boy Sir BCHD. Have a great day, take care, and I'll catch you lot in the very next video. Bye bye.